everything's back together. So let's see if it starts up. Hopefully there's no strange noises. And see if the check engine light comes back. Well, the light is still on, but that could be I had the crank sensor unplugged and still had the battery connected, and I think that code might still be stored or active. So I'm going to go in and clear it, take it for a drive, and see if it goes away. So before, the check engine light was typically coming on, or the code was at least pending within about 2 key cycles. This is the first time I've taken it out on the road. I'm about a half mile in so far. I'll drive it around for a little while and then hook the scan tool back up and see if that code's pending. Well, it's probably a little early to tell for sure, but I think that did the trick. I went on like a probably 5 to 10 mile quick drive, and no check engine light so far, and I had the scan tool hooked up and no pending codes or anything, so I think that did it. So essentially that was the problem all along. The timing tensioner broke, it jumped a tooth and gave me that P0016 code. So in the beginning I thought I'd take the easy route and just replace the cam and crank sensors, and that wasn't the right move. An easier thing that I could have done, which I did this later to determine that this was my issue and not maybe a faulty new sensor. Using a scan tool, you can actually see engine RPM. So yeah, using a scan tool, not mine can't do it, but I'd use my brother's. He has the same year truck I have, both 07 53s. So what I did was, I still had that light, I had that code, and I connected to my truck and I could see the cam sensor reading and the crank sensor reading. They were a little different. They were kind of, one was playing a little catch up with the other. So like I said, I thought maybe I had a faulty sensor. So the next thing I did was connect to his truck, read his cam and crank sensor readouts, and they were almost identical to what mine were doing. Again, one was kind of playing catch up with the other. So that led me down to believe that, yeah, I was off timing. Should be good now. Check engine lights off for the time being. No codes, no stored codes, no pending codes. So that should do it for this. Truck still needs a ton of work. I have a new exhaust piece I have to put on. The flex pipe broke. The front end still has some damage from hitting a deer. At this point, almost 2 years ago, year and a half ago. It needs cleaned out really bad on the inside because been sitting in my driveway for a year and just collecting random shit, and it wasn't really clean when it broke. Threw some fender flares on it a couple weeks ago. I don't even consider them fender flares. They're rust covers. So it looks a little stupid, but there's no rust showing on the bed. The outside needed washed really bad, detailed really bad, but yeah, should be good now.